Hello everyone, I am Q. I am making these videos about Mission Chief to try and get new players into the game since there's a little bit of a learning curve. For those who do not know what Mission Chief is a free online browser-based 911 dispatcher game that allows you to start your own police, fire, or EMS services, or all of the combined, and send the units that you have to calls with real-life maps of your area of choice. The game does have coins that you can purchase to move along the game quicker, but you can easily move the game along without purchasing these coins. The link to the game will be in the description of this video, or you can simply type in www.missionchief.com. Today's video is going to be all about the police service and/or law enforcement, whichever you may prefer to call it. This information will be relevant to the most recent update, which was on June 10th of 2020. The police service is by far the easiest service to start with, in my opinion, since the time needed for calls are typically small and the pay is decent. It should also be noted that police vehicles are cheaper, and building upgrades are cheaper as well. Police cars move much faster than most of the vehicles in the early game. The learning objectives for this video are going to be the following. What the police service does, starting your police department, how to establish the department easily and cost effectively, what kind of calls to expect and when to upgrade, and how to mitigate calls effectively. The police service obviously responds to 911 calls that require their presence. Starting your police department can be deceiving, especially as a new player. You would think that you would just build a police department and start making calls, right? Well, no, and I'll explain why. The first building you're going to want to start with is the small police department. This building is the most cost-effective starting out since it only costs 50,000 credits, and upgrades are cheaper for at least the first 2 levels. The calls you should expect are listed in the video description, along with my recommendations on when to upgrade and expand your police department. Keep in mind starting out that you can only hire 1 police officer per day per station, and a patrol car can respond to calls with only 1 police officer. As you view this spreadsheet, you will notice that a large number of police-related calls only require 1 police station and 1 patrol car. However, once you get to 2 police stations, I recommend that you build a large police station and begin building your jail cells. Jail cells take 25,000 credits and 7 real-life days to upgrade to. It should also be noted that if you build a second jail cell, it will take an additional 7 days on top of the first one that you originally built, therefore taking 14 days to build 2 jail cells. When you get to about 6 police stations, you will notice that some of your calls may require a K9 unit. These calls require you to build a police academy, which cost 500,000 credits to build, and will allow you to train K9 officers, SWAT-trained officers, and motorcycle officers. When you get to the mid to late game, which I consider for the police department to be around the time that you build a police academy or require one, it should be noted that you can switch most of your police cars to motorcycle cars. The reason for this is because for calls that do not require a prisoner transport, you can mitigate those calls with a motorcycle officer. For calls that require a prisoner transport, you will require 1 patrol car per individual that is arrested and transported and imprisoned. When you get to having about 8 police stations, you will notice that you require SWAT-trained personnel. SWAT stands for Special Weapons and Tactics. When you get to this point, it should be noted that I've listed how many personnel you need for SWAT. There are several vehicles in the game that can carry SWAT-trained personnel, so please plan accordingly. The end game for the police service is the VIP appearance call, which takes the most amount of police officers and police presence, with 6 patrol cars, 2 K9 units, 18 SWAT-trained personnel, and 1 police helicopter. The reason why I consider this the end game is because the police helicopter is the most expensive option that you can buy for the police service, and also requires you to be at the rank of lieutenant, which can be done through earning a specific number of credits in-game to get you promoted to that level. Police aviation also requires the police academy in order to get a police-trained individual that is able to fly police helicopters.